person is eager. When a person is eager. When people are sincere. When people are sincere. To shift to something. Shift. To shift to something. Ability is the quality of ability. Ability. When people have faith in something. Faith. When people have faith in something. If A is beyond B. Beyond. To greet someone. Great. Joy is a feeling. Joy. Joy. To investigate. Investigate. To investigate. To exclaim is to say something. Exclaim. To exclaim is to say something. A diary is a book in which diary. A costume is a set of clothes. Costume. A costume is a set of clothes. A fool is someone who makes unwise. Fool. To interpret is to explain what something. Interpret. To interpret is to explain what. To secure something means to secure. To a monk is a religious person. Monk. A monk. The military is the armed. Military. The military. When something is on. On. When to extend is extend. To desire. Desire. To desire. Indeed means truly. Indeed. To forbid is to tell someone. Forbid. To forbid is to illustrate. Illustrate. To illustrate. If someone or something. Superior. If someone or something. A motive is the reason someone does it. Motive. A motive is the reason someone does it. The ceiling is the tunnel. Ceiling. The ceiling is the tunnel. To adopt someone. Adopt. To beg is to ask for something. Beg. To beg is to ask for something. If people do something kindly. A nest is a place where a bird lays its nest. The origin of someone or something. Origin. A gesture is a movement. Gesture. A gesture is a. To reject is to refuse. Reject. A reception is a reception. When people are sincere. When people are sincere. To shift to something. Shift. To shift. When people have faith in something. Faith. When people to interpret is to explain what something. forbid is to tell
My father forbids
someone. To relieve someone. Relieve. To relieve someone. Silence is complete quiet. Silence. Silence is complete. A contract is a contract. A stream is a small river. Stream. A stream is a small river.
the boy caught a fish in the stream.
If something is double, it is twice. Double. When someone is generous. Generous. Tone is the sound of someone's voice. Tone. When something is pale. Pale. To accomplish something. Accomplish. To accomplish something. To forbid is to tell someone. Forbid. A threat is something bad. Silence is complete quiet. Silence. Silence is to approve of something. Approve. To approve. A slave is a person who is not slave. The shade is a dark area. Shade. The approximate means to be close. Approximate. Approximate means to be close.
My approximate height is 2 meters.
Entrance. Entrance. Silence is complete quiet. Silence. A barrier is something that is barrier. A barrier is something that
The Great Wall.
to dictate something. Dictate. To detect something. Detect. To detect something. If something is wet. Wet. A greenhouse is a small greenhouse. A duty is something duty. A duty is something an occupation. Occupation. When something is elementary. Elementary. When something is a quantity is a certain amount of something. Quantity. A quantity is a certain amount of something. A failure happens when you failure. A failure happens when you to do something lightly. Lightly. To succeed is to complete something that you plan for. Succeed. When something is gradual. Gradual. When something is an arrow is a arrow. An immigrant is a person who immigrant. An immigrant is a person who to twist something. Twist. To insert something means insert. A duty is something that duty. A duty. A thesis is an idea. Thesis. A thesis is when something is elementary. When something a debt is an amount of money. When people are sincere. When people are sincere. An immigrant is a person who immigrant. An immigrant is a person who an instant is a very short instant. An instant is a very short. To greet someone. Greet. To concentrate on someone. Concentrate. Poverty is the state of being poverty. A costume is a set of clothes. Costume. To investigate. Investigate. When a person is eager. When a person is a stream is a small river. Stream. To illustrate. Illustrate. To illustrate. Joy is a feeling you get. Joy. Tone is the sound of someone's tone. When people are sincere. Sincere. When people are if A is beyond B. Beyond. To accomplish something means accomplish. Ability is the quality of ability. A diary is a book in which diary. To extend is to stretch out. Extend. A monk is a religious person. Monk. A motive is the reason someone motive. A motive is the reason someone
His motive for studying
to forbid is to tell someone forbid. To forbid. To sue someone. To sue. To explain is to say something about. Explain. To explain. To approve of something. Approve. A fool is someone who makes a fool. Silence is complete quiet. Silence. To adopt someone is to make. Adopt. To pretend pretend. To pretend. A funeral is a ceremony that takes place at funeral. A barrier is something that is barrier. A barrier. Approximate means to be close. Approximate. To detect something means to detect. When something is odd. Odd. The ceiling is the top. Ceiling. Indeed means truly or indeed. To forbid is to tell someone. Forbid. To forbid. To beg is to ask for something. Beg. To beg is to decrease something is to decrease. To a person's rank is their place. Rank. If someone or something Superior. When something is gradual. Gradual. To reject is to refuse something. Reject. When people have faith in something. Faith. When people have... A scholar is a person who studies something. Scholar. Recognition is getting praise. Recognition. Recognition is getting praise.
The hero got
A gesture is a movement. Gesture. A failure happens. Failure. A failure. To forbid. Forbid. To forbid. A nest is a place. Nest. To interpret is to explain what something. Interpret. A reception is a party to welcome. Reception. To shift to something. Shift. To insert something means to put it in. Insert. A duty is something that a person has to do. Duty. Someone who is gentle is kind. Gentle. To refrigerate something. Refrigerate. To refrigerate something means to make it cool. When something is elementary. Elementary. Recognition is getting praise. Recognition. An instant is a very short time. Instant. The military is the armed forces. Military. To relieve someone is to make them relieve. An immigrant is a person who... Immigrant. Poverty is the state of being poor. Property. To refrigerate something means to make it cool. Refrigerate. To refrigerate something means to make it cool.
grocery stores refrigerated.
Recognition is getting praise. Recognition. Recognition is to illustrate. Illustrate. To dictate something is to dictate. To dictate. When people are sincere. Sincere. To desire is to want something. Desire. To. An entrance is a place where someone. Entrance. An entrance is. To secure something. Secure. An occupation. Occupation. A quantity is a certain amount of quantity. To dig is to make a hole. Dig. A relative is a family member. Relative. Rent is the money. Rent. Rent is the money to refrigerate something. Refrigerate. To refrigerate something. If people or things are lovely. To retire is to leave a job. Retire. To a thesis is an idea. Thesis. When someone feels terror. Terror. A statistic is a statistic. A statistic is a to consist of. Exist. Fog is a thick cloud. Fog. Fog. An astronaut is an astronaut. An astronaut is a. Rent is the money. Rent. A stream is a small river. Stream. To refrigerate something. Refrigerate. To refrigerate. Tone is the sound of someone. Tone. If A is beyond B. Beyond. To investigate. Investigate. To. Ability is the quality of. Ability. Ability is the quality of. If something is smooth, it has no. Smooth. If. When you are awake, you are not. Awake. A diary is a book in which. Diary. A, an astronaut is a person. Astronaut. An joy is a feeling you. Joy. When someone or something is sensitive. When you have courage, you are not. Courage. When you have courage.
The man had the courage
To refrigerate something. Refrigerate. To refrigerate. To explain. Explain. To a costume is a set of clothes. Costume. A motive is the reason someone does. Motive. To accomplish something. Accomplish. To to pretend. Pretend. To uphold is a mistake. A barrier is something that is in your way. A barrier is something that is in your way. There. To beg is to ask for something. Beg. To approximate means to be close to it. Approximate. To extend is to stretch out. Extend. To refrigerate something means to make it cold. Refrigerate. To refrigerate. When something is gradual, it happens slowly. Gradual. A monk is a religious person. Monk. To approve of something means you are. Approve. When people have faith in something, faith. A failure happens when you do not do something. Failure. To reject is to refuse something. Reject. Indeed means truly or. Indeed. Indeed. To forbid is to tell someone they forbid. A person's rank is their place. Rank. To interpret is to explain what something means. Interpret. To detect something means to notice or mark something. Detect. When someone or something is steady. Steady. When to float is to move on top of water. Float. A gesture is a movement of the head to a body. Gesture. When something is elementary. Elementary. A capital is an important city. Capital. To grant something is to allow someone to have. Grant. To grant. To insert something means to put it. Insert. To dive is to jump into water. Dive. To dive. Gravity is the force that makes things fall. Gravity. To satisfy someone means to make them happy. Satisfy. A reception is a party to welcome. Reception. To fascinate someone is to make them fascinate. To fascinate someone, a jewel is a beautiful stone. Jewel. A valley is a low area of land. Valley. A valley is a miner is a person who works on it. Miner. A miner is a person. An instant is a very short amount of time. Instant. Rent is the money people rent. An immigrant is a person who lives in a different country. Immigrant. A duty is something that a person has to do. Duty. When people or things are giant. Giant. A mineral is a type of substance. Mineral. A frame is a border. Frame. To exhaust someone is to make them tired. Exhaust. To participate is to take part in something. Participate. An impression is the way of thinking about someone. Impression. Permission means the act of allowing. Permission. Permission means a billion is a very large number. Billion. To pour a liquid means to make it come out. Pour. To pour a liquid means to make it come out again. If something is broad, it is wide. Broad. To persuade someone is to make them persuade. To persuade someone is poverty is the state of being poor. Poverty. When a person is eager about something, eager. When someone or something's present. Presence. Someone or if someone or something is superior. Superior. To dictate something is to read it aloud. Dictate. To dictate. An army is a large group of people. Army. If a material is wrong, it is natural. Wrong. If a material. If someone or something is incredible, it is hard to believe. Incredible. A satellite is something that is sent into space. Satellite. A satellite is something that is sent into space. To illustrate is to show something by drawing a picture. Illustrate. A division is the act of making smaller things. Division. To scream means to make a loud noise with your mouth. Scream. The scale of something is its size. Scale. A destination is the place where someone or something. Destination. A destination is the place where someone. To skip something is skip. When you honor people or things. Honor. When you honor people or things. If a material is wrong, it is natural. Wrong. If a material to stretch is to make your arms or legs bigger. Stretch. To a satellite is something that is sent into space. Satellite. A satellite is something that is when people are sincere. Sincere. Recognition is recognition is getting praise from other people. Recognition. To retire is to leave a job. Retire. A statistic is a number that tells a fact about something. Statistic. If a material is wrong, it is natural. Wrong. Geography is the study of where things are. Geography. If something is intense, it is very strong. Intense. If a telescope is a tool people use. Telescope. To do something on time's basis is telescopic. Basis. A satellite is something that is sent into space. Satellite. A satellite. When something is underground, it is below the surface of the earth. Underground. To praise is to show that you like someone or something. To praise is to show that you like someone. Praise. Recognition is getting praise from other people. Recognition. When you have courage, you are not. Courage. An alarm is something that warns people. Alarm. If something lasts forever, forever. When people are blind, blind. When you are awake, you are not asleep. A satellite is something that is sent into space. A satellite. A satellite is something that is sent into space. Satellite. A satellite is something that is sent into space. An astronaut is a person that goes to outer space. Astronaut. An astronaut. To pretend means to make believe something is real. And when someone or something is sensitive. Sensitive. To desire is to want something. Desire. To desire. To accomplish something means to finish it. Accomplish. When people or things are apart. When to refrigerate something means to make it cold. Refrigerate. To refrigerate. When something is elementary, it is the first or most simple thing. Elementary. Indeed means truly or really. Indeed. A barrier is something that is in your way. Barrier. To extend is to stretch out. Extend. To interpret is to explain what something means. Interpret. To exchange means to give something. Exchange. To arrest someone means to catch them for doing. Arrest. To arrest someone means. A tutor is someone who gives lessons. Tutor. An award is a prize someone gets. Word. To insert something means to put it in something else. Insert. To an entrance is a place where someone can enter. Entrance. A reception is a party to welcome. Reception. A duty is something that a person has to do. Duty. An instant is a very short amount of time. Instant. A jewel is a beautiful stone. Jewel. When someone or something is steady, they are under control. Steady. To fascinate someone is to make them identify something. Fascinate. To a mineral is a type of substance found in the earth. Mineral. To grant something is to allow someone to have it. Grant. To float is to move on top of water. Float. Rent is the money people pay to someone to live in certain place. Rent. An immigrant is a person who moves to a country. Immigrant. Gravity is the force that makes things fall. Gravity. A miner is a person who works in a miner. Permission means the act of allowing the permission. A valley is a low area of land. Valley. A to bank means to cook food. Bank. Income is how much money a person. Income. To participate is to take part in something. Participate. A breed is a group of animals. Breed. A breed is a group of animals within a species. A path is a way from one place to another. Path. A someone or something's presence. Presence. To pour a liquid means to make it come out of a container. Or to illustrate is to show something by drawing a picture. Illustrate. To dictate something is to read it aloud so it can be written down. Okay. A satellite is something that is satellite. A, the scale of something is scale. A bucket is a round container. Bucket. To calculate. Calculate. A concept. Concept. When you have pride, you are happy with yourself. Pride. When you to skip something, skip. When someone is mad, mad. To convict someone, convict. To debate is to seriously debate. To debate is to seriously discuss. A garage is the part of a house. Garage. A garage is the part. A handle is the part of an object. Handle. A journalist is a person who writes. Journalist. A journalist is a person. To stretch is to make your own. Stretch. To stretch is to make your own. When you honor people or things. Honor. When you honor people or things. A mess is a condition that is not. Mess. If a material is wrong. Wrong. If a material is wrong. To retire is to leave a job. Hire. A destination is the place where destination. When something is underground. Underground. A fund is an amount of money. Fund. A fund. A pup is a young dog. Pup. A pup is confident means that one believes. Confident. To qualify is to get. Qualify. To a sword is a long sword. A colleague is somebody who works. A colleague is somebody who works. Colleague. A colleague is somebody who works. Recognition. Ignition. A telescope is a tool people use. Telescope. An alarm is something that warns people. Alarm. To repair something. Repair. To repair something is to fix it. A pup is a young dog. Pup. A tribe is a group of people who live in a culture. Tribe. To resume something means to start it again after taking a break. Resume. To resume. An astronaut is a person. Astronaut. Mud is soft, wet dirt. Mud. Mud. A breed is a group of animals. Breed. To rob a person or place. Rob. To rob. A candle is a stick of wax. Candle. A generation is a group of people. Generation. When you have courage, you are not afraid. Courage. To slip means to slide and fall down. Slip. To slip. A border is the edge of an area. Border. Somewhat means to some degree. Somewhat. Somewhat means to some degree. If something is definite, it is certain. Definite. Indeed means truly or indeed. To refrigerate something means to make it cool. Refrigerate. To refrigerate something. When something is stable, it will cool. Stable. When something. To carve means to cut into something. Carve. To carve. A log is a thick piece. Log. A tissue is a soft piece of paper. Tissue. A tissue is to protest something is to protest something is to protest. A yard is the ground just outside. Yard. A yard is the ground just. Super means really good. Super. Super. If two things or people are alike. An award. An award. To desire is to want something. Desire. To desire is to want something. A journalist is a person who writes news stories. Journalist. When people or things are apart. When people. A sculpture is a piece of art that is made from wood, clay, or stone. Sculpture. A sculpture. To rid is to make a place. Rid. To annoy someone means to bother them. Annoy. To convey is to communicate. Convey. Architecture is the style or way of building. Architecture. Architecture is the style or way a building is made.
The architect.
To arrest someone means to arrest. An ingredient is something that is ingredient. If something is artificial. Artificial. If something is artificial. An ancestor is a family member from the past. Ancestor. If something is obvious. Obvious. If something. An instant is a very short moment. Instant. A chain is a series of connected roots. Chain. To fascinate someone is to make them really fascinating. Fascinate. To fascinate. To interfere is to cause problems. Interfere. To interfere is to cause problems. A miner is a person who works in a mine. Miner. If something is distinct. Distinct. Architecture is the style. Architecture. Architecture is youth is a time that people youth. You distinguish. You recognize differences. Distinguish. To distinguish. To dis- distinguish is to recognize differences. Distinguish. To distinguish is to recognize differences. If something is artificial. Artificial. If to grant something is to allow someone to grant. To grant. If something is distinct. Distinct. If something is distinct. A miner is a person who works. Miner. A miner is a someone or something's presence. Presence. To pour a liquid means pour. To wrap is to cover something. Wrap. To wrap is to cover. A principal is a person in charge. Principal. A principal. Dust is very tough. Dust. Dust is very to attempt something. Attempt. Excitement means to feel alive. Excitement. Excitement means if something is artificial. Artificial. To distinguish is to recognize. Distinguish. To distinguish is to recognize. To calculate is to find. Calculate. A bucket is a round container. Bucket. The scale of something. Scale. If something is thick. Thick. If something yield. To a contest is a game or a race. contest. A contest is dust is very tiny pieces of dirt or dust. A satellite is something that is sent into satellite. A mess is a condition that is not clean or neat. Mess. A garage is the part of a house. Garage. To distinguish is to recognize differences. Distinguish. To distinguish is to recognize differences. A destination is the place where someone or something is going. Destination. To convict someone means to prove that they did a bad thing. Convict. A fund is an amount of money that you have. Fund. To stretch is to make your arms or legs reach out. Stretch. To qualify is to get or to be declared adequate or good enough. Qualify. To qualify is to get or to be declared adequate or good enough.
He qualified to go to the final match.
Dictate something is to read it aloud. Dictate. To dictate something is to read it aloud. To slip means to slide and fall. Slip. A contest is a game or contest. A breed is a group of animals within a breed. To rob a person or place. Rob. To resume something means to start it again. Resume. An alarm is something that warns. Alarm. A border is the edge of an area. Border. A pup is a young dog. Pup. A pup. Reputation is the opinion that people have about someone. Reputation. Somewhat means to some degree. Somewhat. To convert something means hurt. To annoy someone means to bother them. Annoy. Is a description of someone or something. What they are like.
Description.
Peace is the time without war. Peace. Peace is actual means that something is resolved. Actual. Anymore means any longer. Anymore. If something is public, it is public. To send something
Sẽ là cảm thấy
sense. To feed is to give food. Feed. A term is a word for something.
thơm là kỳ
Term. If something is foreign, it is from
thơm là nước ngoài
foreign. To encourage someone is to
khô là cô khuyến khích bệnh nhân làm cho có là hoa là dũng cảm
Correct. A mistake is something. Mistake. An academy is a special type of school. Academy. If something is extreme, it is in a word.
ชื่อนะครับ
Extreme. If something is single, then it is
ซิงเกิลนะครับ
single. An adventure is a fun one.
เป็นชน
Adventure. A symbol is a thing that stands for
ซิงเกิล
symbol. To survive is to stay.
สวัสดีครับ
Survive. To explore is
สุ
to
ดท้าย
look.
ครับ
Explore. The function of
ว่า
something.
ฉันมาจุดนี้ครับ
Function. An idiom is
มี
a
เรียน
phrase.
ลายกันเลย
Idiom. Later means
ไม่
after.
ต้องใจ
Later. Evil
เป็น
describes
ลาย
something
แบ
or
บ
something.
ปุ๋ย
Evil. A vegetable is a
เรียน
plant.
ทูโบเรา
Vegetable. If you go towards something,
โชว์ว่าคนเดินคนเดินเดี๋ยวพี่คนเดิน
toward. When a person is
ไม่
nervous,
รัสแล้วนะ
nervous. When to lower something,
เรียกว่า
lower. To treat is
ช่
to
วย
act.
เราใช้
Treat. To match is
น่า
to
จะ
be
จำได้
on the mark.
Match.
Grass is the green
ส
leaf.
เต็ปแล้ว
Grass. To guard something is to take care of.
พ่อแล้วเย่
Guard. To unite is to get
แม่
together.
ดอก
Unite. To none means not
เงิ
in.
นนาคนไหน
No. To exercise is
เสียสายเราไอ้โย
exercise. A challenge is
ชาว
something.
เล่นที่ไหน
Challenge. A coach is a
พว
person.
กนี้
Coach. To maintain.
มีเทอร์มีจู
Maintain. A space is
สาย
an
แล้วก็ยู
space. Technology is technology. A characteristic.
เป็น
Characteristic. A character. An opinion is a thought.
แล้วเงินลาอีกคือหนึ่ง
Opinion. A section is a part of. Section. To approach something means to move forward.
เพื่อแบบไม่เป็นต้อยเล่นกันได้ยัง
Approach. To approach. If you are aware of something,
เย่
you know about it. Aware. If you to publish a book,
เพื่อจะสวาย
publish. To say something is to say. To associate means to connect something. Associate. To respond is to give an answer to what someone says.
เวลาขายหอยนับไหล
Beside.
When someone or something is beside. To hide. Hide. Whole means all of something. Whole. To depend on something. Depend. If something is proper, it is right. Proper. To raise something is to lift it up.
Wait.
To excite someone means to make them happy.
Excite.
To suppose is to guess. Suppose. Flat describes something. Flat. To prepare is to get ready for something. Prepare. However means despite or not. However. An error is something wrong. Error. To lie is to say. Lie. To communicate is to give information. Communicate. When something is strange. Strange. Fear is the feeling of fear. To recommend something.
Hay là giới thiệu, khuyên bảo.
Recommend. If something is empty.
Empty
Empty. To owe is to have to pay or
trả nợ.
owe. To owe. The environment is the place where environment. To waste means
Đây
to
là lãng phí.
carelessly use something wrong. Waste. If a person is responsible. Responsible. To involve means to be actively taking part in something.
Còn là dính dáng dính líu.
Fall. To drop is to fall or lose something.
Thế cái bản con
Carefully means with carefully. To scan something.
còn là tốt.
Scan. A feature is an important
Để mặt tin được
feature. To offer.
hay là thì bạn có đề nghị
Offer. A material is what? Material. Used as well. Well. A rug is a hard rug. A berry is a small berry. If something is major.
sẽ là chính của bạn.
Major. Strength.
Strength là
Strength. A library.
very là gì?
Library. When something is excellent. Excellent. To solve something. Solve. An apartment. Apartment. To release something.
Release là phóng sinh để
A contrast. Contrast. A speed to something.
bài diễn nói chuyện này
Speech. A clue is a
luôn mình nói
clue. A manage something.
quản lý
Manage. To earn means earn. To leave means leave. To rest. Rest. A sheep is
tờ lá phiếu
sheep. A passenger is a passenger. A belief is a strong
như là hành tinh
belief. A belief. To consume something.
hãy xem là biết
Consume. To appreciate something.
ý sẽ là nâng tăng lên nâng giá bằng giá
Success is
xếp là tăng
Success.
to examine something.
xếp là nâng giá
Examine. Your behavior is
cái là cách cư xử làm việc
behavior. A thief is someone.
thích tập đoàn có
Thief. A plate is a
làm cái điều đó đang đây là
plate. A voice is a voice. A conversation is a talk.
cái này là cuộc đàm phán.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115 Conversation. To locate something. Locate. To locate something.
I could not know.
Peace is a time. Peace. Peace is a scene. Scene. To set something. Set. To cause. Cause. To balance something. Balance. An outline. Outline. To disappear. Disappear. To cost. Cost. A lot means a lot. A difference in the way. Difference. A difference in the way. A shape is a simple force. Shape. To be against something. Against. To be against. Instead. Instead. A benefit. Benefit. If something is professional. To shout is to say something. Shout. The center of something. Center. If two things are set. Correct. If two things are set. To encourage someone. Encourage. Mail is letters. Mail. Rather is used. Rather. To prove something. Prove. A phone is a phone. To view is view. If you are certain about something. Certain. To claim. Claim. To argue is argue. When a thing is appropriate. None means none. None. An idiom is idiom. An idiom. A tool is something. Tool. To grab. Grab. To reply. Reply. A period is an anomaly. Period. When a person is nervous. If someone happen. If you go toward them. Toward. If you go toward a charge is the charge. To inform someone. Inform. A grade is a grade. An individual. Individual. A lawyer works with a law. Lawyer. A lawyer. A decision. Decision. To hang something. Hang. When someone is a friend. A chance is an option. Chance. If a sound is loud. Loud. If whole means all. Whole. A cell is a small sound. A crop is crop. If something is ancient, therefore means Introduce. To assign something to someone. Assign. A section. Section. To associate. Associate. To suppose. Suppose. To drop. Drop. To owe. Hope. A feature is an important feature. When someone is pleased. A slot is a place. Spot. A village is a village. If something is variance. A wave is a life wave. A wave is a life
The water was
if someone or something. Silly. If someone or something. If something is direct. Direct. When something is serious. Serious. When something is serious. To pound something. Wonder. To entertain someone. Entertain. A forest is a place. Forest. Perhaps is used when you think of something. Perhaps. Honesty means the honesty. The beach is a sandy pole. Beach. A pole is a long pole. If you face a problem, face. To realize. Realize. To suffer is suffer. A tale is a plan. Tale. When something happens
Frequently.
ever means that
ajar ajar ajar
ever. Ever means that trouble is a problem. Trouble. A memory is something you remember. Memory. A shape is a simple form. Shape. A shape. The ground is ground. To shout is to say something. Shout. To recognize something. Recognize. To a process. Process. The universe is the universe. A planet is a planet. To comfort someone. Comfort. To comfort someone. A structure is a building. Structure. To be against something. Against. To instruct. Instruct. To if something is immediate. If something to include something. Include. If something is social. Social. If something is essential. Essential. A hero is a brave person. Hero. Inside means the inner part. Inside. The brain is the organ. Brain. Your personality. Personality. Your personality. None means none. None. None means to attract means to make a attract. A task is work for someone. Task. A career is a job. Career. When a thing is appropriate. Appropriate. If you go towards something. Toward. A tip is a pointed tip. A report is report. Yet is used to say something. Yet. The conclusion of something. Conclusion. Force is a person. Force. A gentleman is a knight. Gentleman. To share something. Share. If a sound is loud. Loud. If something has value.
Value.
If to argue is argue. If something is independent. A master is a master. A master is
My brother.
a sight is something. Sight. A sight is something. To cheer is cheer. If something is probable. Probable. A puddle is a puddle. A puddle. To divide something.
Anxiety.
If something is necessary. A decision. Decision. To compete. Compete. Advice is an opinion. Advice. To reflect is one of the reflect. To reflect. To hurry is to do something. Hurry. A product is something that is product. The desert is an area. Desert. Barely means by barely. If something is complex. Complex. Therefore means therefore. Whole means always. Whole. The surface of something. Surface. To represent. Represent. To achieve something. Achieve. To achieve something. Fight is the act of. Fight. Evidence is a fact. Evidence. If someone or alive. A driveway is a driveway. To appear. Appear. To appear.
Cheer.
A magazine is a magazine. If A is the opposite. If something is positive. Positive. Fan describes fan. To increase something. Increase. If something is final. Final. A hill is a round hill. Either is or. Either. Sense is sense. To purchase something. Purchase. An instrument is something. Instrument. Knowledge is information. Knowledge. A mystery is something. Mystery. A mystery. A range is a number. If the weather is cool, a response is response. Somehow means somehow.